We do the wah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Donnie Cates, and I know the brand is I freaking love comics, but I fucking love comics.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Woo.
How you feeling? What? Happy 1 year.
Right?
Did you think you'd make it this far?
No, I thought I would have
No.
gave up a long time ago.
Nobody thought I would.
Well,
nobody.
congratulations. Look at you. You got a base of 8,000 followers on Facebook. You got a website. You got an Instagram. You got a Twitter. You had an interview with Rodney Barnes. How was
Man.
that?
This week right
It was
here,
pretty dope.
I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial, and I apologize, and I don't mean to be insensitive to anybody who might have been affected
For
by
the last
this.
time,
But,
9/11 was not an inside job. Jesus.
well, first of all,
Oh,
jet fuel can't melt. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. No. But this pandemic has been the best thing for our show.
Thank God all those people died.
No.
Oh, shit.
But you sit here and we all have full-time 40-hour plus week jobs, and there's no way we would be able to have put in the time for this otherwise. So
Yeah.
hopefully
It was convenient in that sense.
So yeah, we actually had a super. So who do we have? We had Arlen Schumer, art historian. He's a
Silver Age guru.
yeah, super. So
Yeah.
that was a fun show, and that's actually up and posted now. Like you said, Rodney Barnes,
Yeah.
freaking co-producer of the Boondocks and writer, producer, etc., etc. Go watch that show; you'll see inside the deal. That
He wrote
was
the Falcon.
writer of American
Actually, it's
Gods.
no big deal.
Yeah, he's just kind of
Yeah,
like
Falcon.
he's just like
That way you bring it up, he's like,
yeah, sure.
he's like, oh yeah, I thought about writing the fucking Falcon.
Yeah. So I was sitting at a lunch and, me and Jordan Peele were just talking back and forth and, I just got off the phone with Damon Wayans and, I'm like,
That's madness.
what a life.
That's how it's weird because, like, obviously it's a completely different scenario, but when Cypher came on, I was actually a little bit starstruck.
Really?
When we did that stream with him, I was like, oh shit!
It's
and
the
he's
guy.
really funny. He's such a funny dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
like, yeah. And Sam Stone as well, like, even talking to him, I was like, oh wow, this is like, we're so lucky to do what we do, hey, talking to people like that.
Yeah, good deal.
So for
Sam's a
everyone
good
that
dude.
doesn't know, yeah, he writes for, is it CBR.com?
Yep.
And he does some
He
other
writes
freelance
for
stuff.
CBR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
And
he's
he-
also,
Flo is going to really
guru
love that
of
you
sorts.
said all that.
He's also he's an expert on the Washington D.C. pizza scene. Last time I was down there, I got fucking hammered with Sam, and we were stumbling around the city. And I don't know how we got there, but at some point he's like, "Come with me," and we go into this place that serves pizza at 3 a.m. It's this disgusting place, and they serve slices like this fucking big. It was insane. And I was like, "Wow."
oh wow.
Was the food disgusting too, or?
No, well, yes, it was, but it was the kind of food that's disgusting until you're drunk, and then
Yeah,
it's like
got it.
Yes,
amazing.
and it's
Got it.
perfect.
Yeah.
What is the normal drunk food for Americans? Because for us, it's kebabs and pizza.
Kebabs.
Is that the same?
Oh
Kebabs.
man, I wish I could say that we had drunk food that good. Taco Bell is pretty much
It's
our
it's
standard.
regional. It's regional. So like in the
Bell.
Pacific Northwest,
okay.
if you go to like Seattle and stuff like that, every drunk person around 2 to 3 is stumbling out of the clubs, and the hot dog stands are all lined on the streets, and you go get yourself
dogs,
a Seattle
nice.
hot dog.
Listen, Polly, the stores are closed. We all have party hats. I'm really, really sorry. Okay? We're all
Let me
sorry.
put the chat up.
Here.
There we go. Perfect. What's that you've got there, Judo? Is that a Mad magazine?
It is a Mad magazine. Hey,
Wow.
you guys remember the last page of Mad magazine always has like this, like you fold it into a thing? I
Yeah.
haven't done that for this one yet.
Ooh. What's it supposed to be?
You know what?
Party
It's not
hat?
gonna play well. It's not gonna play well. I was thinking about it, that I was like, it's not gonna play well.
Ainsley says wings, baby, and Glynis says mac and cheese pizza. Is that a thing? That sounds amazing.
Mac and cheese pizza. Like I said, regional.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That sounds great.
Frankenfood is like the biggest thing like the last 10 years in the US. Like, hey, how would you like a chili cheese dog pizza taco? Like,
I mean, if you think
sounds
about it though,
incredible.
if like nothing is more American than Frankenfood, period. Like the last
That's
100
true.
years, you know what I mean? Like Mexicans looking at Taco Bell tacos, like, what is that? Italians looking at pizza at like, what is that? It's American.
What I
Oh my
want to know is
God.
what shitty American food looks like in other countries. Like it's the burger schnitzel. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, we finally got 2 Taco Bells in Queensland like a couple of years ago, and
Ooh.
Judah actually, I think it was like last year, he's like, okay, you got to go get the Supreme Crunch Wrap, and what's the other one?
Double
Cheesy
XL.
gordita
That's
crunch.
it. Cheesy Gordita Crunch, but they didn't have is it Baja, whatever the drink
Baja
is?
Blast.
They
They
don't, we
didn't
don't have
have Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
actually
none of
a
that.
traditional Mexican drink.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
an idiot.
Um,
You're so stupid.
so don't judge it based on the Taco Bell variant. You got to go to like an old village somewhere in Mexico and
Yeah.
have like a traditional Mountain Dew
Yeah.
Baja.
But they
Blast.
also call it a Mountain Dew. Yeah, like the Mountain Dew, not referencing the brand, but the brand actually got it from the traditional Mexican name.
Right.
The Mountain Dew
Yeah, exactly.
Baja Blast, and you gotta say it like that, and they'll know what you're saying. So.
And if you go to like a big neighborhood party, like someone's gonna make a grande meal, and it's gonna be like a real authentic grande meal.
Yeah.
It's really good. So
Sounds amazing. All right, so the peeps are tuning in. Thanks for all the mods for watching our 5 viewers. We've actually got 9 viewers at the moment, but
Woo!
Polly, Ainsley, Glennis. Yeah, you guys are amazing. You always support us so much. They're saying drunk food is just more drinking. You're doing it right. Vodka with beer as a snack. That sounds pretty good to
probably
me.
the most Russian answer you can really give.
vodka with beer and the caviar.
What do you drink when you're done with vodka? More vodka. I don't understand this question. What is this?
There is no end.
There is no end to drink.
In Mother Russia, you don't drink vodka. Vodka drinks
Vodka
you.
drinks
That's it.
you.
That's
If you're
all
not dead, you're not drinking enough.
I love it so much. Hey, I pulled up a list. I've got it on my phone. I'm just scrolling back up. I wanted to talk to you both about, seeing as we're doing like a little, highlight of the last 12 months, how awesome we all are. Can we talk about the top 10 graphic novels and trade paperbacks of 2019? I just want to see what you think of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Let's
we'll have people get in the comments and we'll do a vote on which one they want to see a show on.
Oh yes, I love that.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'll say my number one. Are we jumping into this now, or do you want to give?
No,
us
it's in a list that she has. Top
Oh,
selling.
You can tell me
yeah.
yours. Yeah, you can tell me yours.
No. I want to hear the official one so I can
These
mold
are
my
the top
opinion
selling.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you think is number one? I'll give you that guess. What
Saga.
do you
I
think
would
was
say-
number one selling of 2019.
I'm gonna Saga Volume 9.
Okay. And what do you think, Robo?
What did he say? It chopped up.
Oh, sorry. What's number one selling comic of 2019? Do you think? Trade paperback.
I said Saga number 9.
Okay, so what I was gonna say earlier was I wasn't gonna say a number, but I was gonna say something Saga. I think Saga's killing it this year.
Nice. So it was Watchmen. Watchmen sold
'Cause
the
of
most
show.
last year.
Every
Yeah,
time.
because of the show. Yeah. So I think we should do. We were actually talking a while ago about doing a real deep dive into the Watchmen universe because we've all got really cool perspectives. And this nerd wrote a book report on it at one point where I did all the symbolism stuff that Alan Moore gets into because obviously he's all into putting imagery in that people don't necessarily pick up on unless it's subconscious. But the second one was Saga Volume 1. So you guys came close.
We wanted to read Doomsday Clock with a full Watchmen headcanon. So we read before Watchmen, and then we read Watchmen, and then we're watching the Watchmen HBO show while reading Doomsday Clock, and it's just a big fucking mess. But it was cool. We were both really surprised, and sorry, Robo, jump in if you agree or disagree, but I think we were both kind of surprised by how awesome Before Watchmen is. I know that it got some mixed reviews critically, but I thought it was pretty mostly dope, with a couple exceptions.
Well, that's what I would add. I would add mostly, right? So we both.
Yeah.
It's funny when it comes to Before the Watchmen. We pretty much had the same opinion. We'd be like, all right, what book are you on? And we'd say like, all right, just finish this one. And for a show, by the way, we didn't ever get done. We should do that one day. And then we would go, that was kind of lame. I feel like they were lazy. He's like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So the ones that we loved the same. And the ones that we hated the same. That's why we're BFFs.
Yeah.
Do you think it's one of the best graphic novels ever made, the original?
The original Watchmen? I would say yes.
Yep.
Begrudgingly, I would say yes.
So
begrudgingly,
I think it depends on how you define best, right? So what does best mean? Is it my favorite graphic novel? Probably not. Is it one of the, if not the most influential and impactful graphic novels on the comic book industry? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's where I delineate between greatness and best.
Yep.
So I definitely wouldn't say it's one of the best. I think there are graphic novels that came out this year that are better than The Watchmen. But as far as greatest, I would say yes, definitely the greatest.
Yeah.
In the same sense that like Michael Jordan being the greatest basketball player, or Sugar Ray Leonard being the greatest boxer. It's there's the greatest, and then there's the best. And Sugar Ray Leonard wouldn't hold a candle to Floyd Mayweather in his prime today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but at the same time, they trained differently. The standard different. It was just a different. The nutrition was different. It was a different time. However, the greatness extends beyond just quality. It has to do with influence and cultural significance. So I would definitely say it's the greatest.
T-Rex says that he still hasn't seen HBO Watchmen, and I know it got mixed reviews.
It's good, man.
It's
really good. Like, so just really powerful. So what a lot of people had said about Before the Watchmen, what they didn't like about, well, actually, we'll go ahead and say Doomsday Clock even more so, was that it wasn't written in the same voice as the original Watchmen. It was like the Doomsday Clock was just like, okay, fuck Alan Moore and how he was doing business. Here's a new story, and there's gonna be these characters in it. I'm telling you, the HBO Watchmen, I think, took great pains to put it in a way that you would think maybe Alan Moore had a hand in it, which he didn't because he hates everything that's not his book. But,
Nice.
Yeah, go watch it.
Well, like I said, you both came close because the second highest selling one last year was Saga Volume 1. Then it was Umbrella Academy Volume 1, which we had an episode on. So go watch that Umbrella Academy episode.
Yep.
Monstrous, which, you guys talked to the writer of that directly, Marjorie Liu.
We're actually pretty good friends with her. I've been hitting her up to see if she's available for Thanksgiving this year. She hasn't written me back, but she says she freaking loves comics, and I have her signature, so.
Yeah. Her at a Barnes & Noble event, and she was really cool. Sorry, you froze and your audio stopped, so I wasn't interrupting you. I was just trying to fill the space.
No, you're good.
But yeah, we met her at a Barnes & Noble, and she signed our stuff, and she talked to us, and she acted really happy to see us. Which to me, that translates to we're best friends. So pretty great.
Yeah.
She is so talented. Yeah, if anyone hasn't read that yet, please go read it. It's amazing. It'll blow your mind. The art is like next level. Mr. Miracle is number 5, which I've never heard of. Have you guys heard of that?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's supposed to be very, very good.
Check that out.
It's nice.
Do you have
How awesome
is that the signed one?
Is it the signed one? Of course, it's the signed one.
Woo! Like if Neil
let's see
Gaiman
that.
recommends it, like that's the shit.
This is proof that we're best friends. That
George, please have your friend Judah call me. Yeah, that's weird.
And she said no, I won't be your stepmom, but we can keep in touch. I'm like, all right, fine. No.
So Die Volume 1. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow. I was just gonna say,
also
Mr. Miracle has gotten. I'm dying to read it, and it's very high on my very impossibly huge stack. But I think we should do an episode about Mr. Miracle at some point because it's critically acclaimed, very popular, and the old Mr. Miracle is really cool. So For people who don't know, Mr. Miracle was actually a Marvel character way back in the day, and then he became a public domain, and now there's like other people, other publishers, anyone can write about Mr. Miracle, and I don't know all the details about that, so that's something I definitely would like to research, and maybe we can do an episode at some point, maybe if we feel like it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Well, we do have an episode on Die and Umbrella Academy, so they're two in the top seller list that people should go and watch. After that is Batman, White Knight, Walking Dead Volume 31, which makes complete sense to me, The Killing Joke, and Batman Damned. So there's a lot of Batman in there last year.
Damned, I hated. Absolutely hated, and it was tragic because, well, I bought it excitedly. Like, I brought it home and I cracked it open right away. I was so excited to read it. I didn't get it in single issues. I got the hardcover. Lee Bermejo is like one of the greatest artists working at DC and one of the greatest artists in existence. And Brian Azzarello is a fucking amazing writer. He's the one who wrote that Joker story, also with Lee Bermejo. And he wrote the in Before Watchmen. He actually wrote the Rorschach one-shots.
Wow.
So that's an awesome writing team. And Damned was just terrible. It's one of those stories that's like the whole story exists in some weird surreal state where you don't know who's having a dream or who's like actually what's real, what isn't. I hate that. I hate dream sequences in general because by definition they don't impact anything.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly what I disliked about Twilight, and I know that Polly is a huge fan of Twilight, and like I thought before I shut all over it I would go read. I read all 4 books and I watched all the movies, and I was like, the last scene, for anyone that doesn't know, is like, and then it was a dream. So they have this like massive fight sequence where it pays off, and then it's like it was actually just a vision. And I thought that was it's always such a cop out. You always feel so you always feel so disappointed. That's it.
That's Batman Damned. Batman Damned. Yeah. That's that in nutshell. You don't know what's real, what's a dream. And furthermore, I remember there was a lot of press because issue 1 has Bruce Wayne's dick, but they removed it because I guess dick.
That's right.
Dick is the one line that Black Label won't cross. They'll have tits, they'll have killing, they'll have everything under the sun, but they draw the line at the male member.
It reminds me. It reminds me of the issue where we were talking about with the Philadelphia, where Jason Sean Alexander draws Rodney Barnes' daughter pulling his head off. Like, imagine. Just think about that image for a second. A little vampire girl taking a skull of a human being. By the way, not a bad guy. This is a cop on the street, right? And so maybe not a bad guy. So he grabs the head, pulls the fucking skull out of his body, lifts it over the head, blood everywhere. Like, images like, go, publish.
But one
penis. Are you fucking out of your mind?
Remember Game of Thrones? It was the same shit. There would be like tits for days, and you'd see like hardcore fucking. As soon as one guy's flaccid dick was on there, everyone was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
penis!"
Oh my God,
it was
so
like...
gay. The whole show is about being gay.
Say what you want about Spartacus, but it was incredibly progressive in its dick to boob ratio because it was a sea of boobs, but it was also a sea of dicks. So it was just dicks, boobs, dicks, boobs. Yeah. And
in case it's not clear to everyone, we're drinking in this episode.
Oh yeah. By the way, I don't know if you guys have this. So apple cider with a couple shots of Fireball, and we call it Angry Balls here. That's what I'm drinking right now. Cider. Fuck and
the first time I ever went to Texas, I had this like really, like classic super nice waitress come up, and she's like, "Have you ever had Fireball whiskey?" And I was like, no, what is that? And she's like, "I'll get you a free glass. You have to try it while you're here." And I was like, what is this? And we don't really have Fireball over here until recently, I think. And so I had it, and it like fucking blew my mind. I was like, whoa, I didn't know you could have alcohol like that.
Hey, sweetheart, you had Fireball whiskey?
That was it. That was at the place where they do that, like, they sit people and they make them eat a massive pound of steak and see who wins first, and whoever wins gets the free meal. Yeah. Fun
so
times.
real quick around the room, we just heard the official list of the best comic book graphic novels in for 2019.
Is that done? Are we done? Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What are your favorites? Starting with Rhi.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That way I can look at my shelf real quick.
Top 10. I know, right?
5, 4,
but yeah,
3.
shit. I've maybe got like 5 that I can rattle off. Like when I actually read Philadelphia, even though I wasn't on the episode, I read it. It was fucking amazing. I'd put that in my top of the last. Did that technically count as? I think it started coming out in December last year.
We'll open it up to comics and graphic novel. Like, I tend to avoid the term graphic novel except for in specific circumstances, but we'll just lump graphic novel trades and single issues all together for this one.
All right.
I'm really enjoying Image's run of Rat Queens, and I struggled with that because the original artist ended up going to jail because he was a wife beater, and I was like, oh, it's like a girl power comic. Do I still want to keep reading? And then I was like, nah, the art should be separate from the artist, otherwise I'd never read
anything ever. Yeah.
Yeah, anything ever. Yeah. So I kept going, and it's really fucking great. Like, it's just got these. I think 5 they're up to now, women that are like all different races in this fantasy world, and it's like reading a D&D comic but with like grown-up women that swear and drink and fuck and like go on adventures, and it's just amazing. What else have I been reading? There's so many good horror comics, like Witches. I know that came out like 2016, 2017, but anyone that hasn't read it, you need to. It's fucking amazing.
Are you reading Snot Girl?
Yeah, I've read the first 2 volumes of that. I like it. I gave it to my 17-year-old niece as a birthday present. She loved it. So I'm
intrigued by it.
Yeah.
But it looks gross. Is it gross?
Yeah, so she's kind of an Instagram model that has hay fever, right? So she's constantly leaking out of her face. And she is embarrassed by it. And it's almost like she's like reverse superhero, right? Because she's got this like...
I thought you were talking about your cousin for a second. I'm like, oh, that's kind of private.
No, this is the superhero. I can't remember the girl's name. The Snot Girl, yeah. But like, it's really it's good because there's twists and turns that I won't spoil for you. But like, it is genuinely like you're like, oh wow, like that just happened, kind of thing, as you're reading it.
Did she ever get cured?
What was that?
Did she ever get cured? Because mucus is pretty disgusting.
That's my least favorite bodily function, actually.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are in the same boat as you, Judah. But yeah, they're ones that I'd rattle off. Is that 5? I think I'm up to. What do you guys like?
I think other people's snot is grosser than other people's poop or pee.
So as a nurse, pretend you're a nurse. Someone shit themselves. You'd rather clean the shit from the area than if there's like a bunch of bubbling snot and you have to clean their face.
I got to think more about that. That's not the scenario that comes to mind. The scenario that comes to my mind is someone gives me a cup of mucus and a cup of diarrhea, and I have to take a sip out of one of them.
Mucus.
I find the diarrhea more palatable.
Mucus.
Yeah.
This is like that. Did you guys hear that news story about that homeless guy that threw the bucket of hot crap on the lady in? I think it was Los Angeles. Yeah, he like pooed into a bucket and threw. Yeah, poor woman. Sorry,
I would murder somebody.
Just to make it clear, I don't like either. I don't like either.
And look, all I know is that you would be willing to drink a cup of diarrhea. Is what I heard. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you willing to drink a cup of mucus?
Yeah, sure. Way before diarrhea.
Does that technically like oysters? People say
exactly.
Do you guys like oysters?
Imagine oysters. Yeah. You can't imagine diarrhea as anything but diarrhea.
Yeah.
Well, it's like fudge. You got fudge or oysters, you know?
Okay, moving on.
Says, yes, White Knight. Ainsley says, Rhi and I talked for a hot second about how much Zero Consequences suck. Polly said, man, you guys took that joke way too seriously.
Which one?
Yeah, that's it. Ainsley says, my BFF can't handle snot either. Polly says, how did we get here?
Ainsley, so oh my fucking God.
Yeah. What's your top 5 of the last 12 months, do you think, that you've read?
Top 5, I would call... Oh, it was me who? Who we're talking to?
You.
Okay, so Jessica Jones, the Max series.
Yes.
Yeah, Alias, definitely in the top 5. Lock and Key, Volume 1 so far. I still haven't started Volume 2. I have it. Lock and Key has been really good. And then if we're adding trades into it in general... I'd be remiss to not say Philadelphia. I know that's not a trade, but that once that's done, and by the way, there's you heard it here first moment on the last episode where
here first.
And by the way, I fucking called it. And I hate to call you out, Judah, because you're my best friend. But I said, hey, should we ask him if there's other monsters? And he straight up goes, right? He goes, I'm pretty sure we all know the answer is no, so if we have a limited time, don't ask that. And then in the thing, I'm like, so if you watch, when he talks about an expanded universe, you'll see me
right
go
away. And I was too excited that we were breaking news to be bummed out about being wrong.
Yeah. So Philadelphia's been great. We'll add that to the list once it becomes a trade.
Now you're saying that, I can't believe I didn't say Black Monday Murders. We've got an episode on that, obviously.
Yeah, Black Monday Murders, man. Yeah, that's great. So I don't know. We'll pretend that's 5. Pretty much I haven't picked up a trade yet. Where, by the way, Aquaman Volume 1 Rebirth, surprisingly great because I don't really read DC. So when we decided to do a show on him, I was like, okay, I'll read it. Great themes, great struggles. I like Mara. It
turned you into an Aquaman fan, right? Like, you said you might even start collecting.
Absolutely, I'm definitely gonna be collecting Aquaman. I wanna actually do that. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm trying to look at my shelf here. Here's a better question. What did they talk about where they were talking about books they didn't like? There was something they were Zero Consequences. Yeah. So yeah. Zero. What's a trade you've read recently that you didn't like? Because I can't think of any.
Do I get to go for the ones I did like, or are we moving on?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Judah's still here?
Judah? Is that you? Yeah, we'd love to hear what you liked.
So my favorite book of 2019 was Silver Surfer Black.
Yeah, nice.
I loved it. I found it beautiful. As far as like image titles go, I think I would say my favorite image title was that I read in 2019 was Black Monday Murders.
Yeah.
I also have to put Philadelphia on that list. I freaking loved Philadelphia.
Yeah.
What do I get? 2 more. I read Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender, and that kind of blew me out of the water.
He's one of my favorite writers, that guy.
Ultimate Spider-Man?
He really is.
I know you liked Ultimate Spider-Man, and that was new for you.
Oh yeah. Brian Michael Bendis, Ultimate Spider-Man is the shit. I don't know what was wrong with me to skip it back in like 2001, but it really is the shit. Yeah.
Hey, one I've been reading from Vertigo recently, I don't know if either of you have read it, it's a bit old now, is Ex Machina from the same guy that wrote Saga. Is it Brian K. Vaughan?
Brian K. Vaughan, for great things. It's on my pile.
Yeah,
how was it?
I read the first 2 books. It was awesome. It was really good. Like you guys know that I like asshole characters, and the lead character is like the mayor of New York. And before that, he was a vigilante superhero similar to Batman, where like he was building all his own shit. And he can like speak to technology, kind of. He's got like kind of a node in his head. Yeah. But he is such a wanker at times, and I love reading him because he's just like gives no fucks, and he's like he just wants to make a difference, but he doesn't align with like Republicans or Democrats. He's an independent, and he wins because in the September 11 attacks, he saved one of the towers. So that's how they've written him as a So that's how controversial it gets at times. Yeah. And
I'd love to read that.
Yeah, he has like a gay wedding back in the early 2000s before that was all legalized, and so there's like that kind of topics that they touch on in that, which I found really fascinating. Also, the art is like next level good.
Now you say saved one of the towers, so in this universe, does that mean that one of the towers is still standing, or what do you? Yeah. Okay, wow, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
He has one of them gay weddings.
Hey, man.
One of them fancy books.
Yeah. I know, right? I think he marries like a firefighter that was in the, attacks, like doing his job. But I have some news headlines for you if you want me to rattle them off. And I'm
imagining him at the rubble saving it, and in the scene in the movie across the haze, they make eye contact. He has people over his back. He's on a fire hose, and he's like, "What's up?"
Yeah, that's it. No shirt. Yep, he's just dripping sweat. Hey,
glistening, starry.
That's it, Judah. You probably have an answer to Robo's question that I totally forgot. Like, you have stuff that you've read that you didn't like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I block a lot of it out, but yeah. I mean, I mentioned Damned. I hated it. What else did I hate? I'm more inclined to like stuff. Very rarely do I hate stuff. However, I read. Skip me. Come back to me. I got to think about it.
So mine is more generic. Mine is more like a type, right? So you tried to get me to Saga, and I bought the first 2 volumes of Saga, and I was like reading it, and it's just like, all right, come on, this is going to be good. And I realized it's not about whether or not the story is good or not. Many great writers write great stuff, but I still have a personal preference. And when I'm reading comic books, I need the amazing. I need powers. I need some stuff, right? So even though Alias was low on that stuff, she still had superpowers. You still had like these cameos of the super world around her. So when I read non-superhero books, I kind of still need them to be like Redneck, like Philadelphia, like Lock and Key, where there's some fanciful stuff. If you give me a soap opera full of drama, you're not going to keep me.
Yep.
I mean, a war between 2 alien races, a spaceship that's a tree, ghosts, varying degrees of ability and combat, and it just didn't have that ingredient that you needed.
You know what? Star Wars would have been boring to me without Jedis.
Interesting.
Okay.
What did you think of that bounty hunter character that goes? He's like used to be with that spider lady, and he's got that lion cat. Yeah, the Will. Yeah.
I love the Will, and I love the Stock, and both of that. Well, yeah. It gets so great. There's so much shit.
I'll push through it. Maybe I didn't give it a chance. I'll push through.
Yeah. The other thing that I have too sometimes, like I read Pretty Deadly by DeConnick, and the first time I read it, I hated it because it was one of those ones where like you have to be in a certain mood to read it, and it was almost like you were being told, like I don't know if it's the equivalent with Native Americans over there when you're in primary school over here or elementary school, whatever you call it. You go to like Aboriginal camps, and sometimes the Aboriginal elders will tell you some like native stories that they've got, and it kind of felt like that deal when I was reading it, like it was this ancient story that was being told to me by this native elder. And at the time I was like just not in the right headspace for it, but when I came back and revisited it, I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like so I've had things where like the first time I read it I'm like meh, then I come back in a different headspace and I'm like, yeah, this is good. I don't know if you guys are the same.
DeConnick does that to me too. I'll be honest, this is pretty controversial. I'll probably get some hate in the comments. I like a lot of her stuff, but I don't always love her writing voice. For me, it's almost like she has to be angry when she's writing for me to like it. Like when she's writing from almost like an aggressive version of Carol Danvers, or she's coming at it with some kind of like fuck you attitude, I really like how she writes. But just her overall like passive plotting when it's not the intense part of the story, it loses me. It's just not particularly engaging. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's never going to be my unless her style dramatically changes or she focuses on that hate energy that I like. She's probably never gonna be my favorite writer, but I do like a lot of her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyway,
I don't know if she's one of my favorites
Robo, you mentioned that you ordered Bitch Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's probably some of my favorite stuff of hers.
I ordered volume 1 and 2. Have no idea. I just hear everyone saying how much they love it. I'm like, you know what? I gotta go get it. So.
I think you'll enjoy it. It's kind of like I don't know if you ever watched Glow on Netflix, but it's got that like roller derby vibe where it's like the women are kicking ass and like they're busting out of prison and
they reference like the most deadly sport ever when I was reading the synopsis, so it's probably something like that, huh?
Yeah. So it's kind of like what was that other Netflix movie that came out recently where there was like levels of prison? I can't remember what it was.
The fucking goddamn, and I've recommended it to everyone, and now it's like I can't. And the food goes down the thing, and people have a limited amount of time to eat the food.
Yeah, it's a similar premise where like all these non-conforming
or the
they get shifted and they have to like compete. Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Sorry. Sorry, Gina, what were you saying?
Yeah, you guys talk. I'm looking this up.
There's a great segue. I know you have more news to say, but do you want to talk about great TV? that stuff that you're watching.
Yes. What made you think of that?
We started talking about these TV shows.
Talk about what?
The platform.
The
Glennis beat you.
Yeah.
Glennis beat you to it.
Nice.
Damn it, Glennis.
Thank you, Glennis.
Oh, before we move on to TV, I wanted to bring up a new title that's come out. I posted it in Instagram, and I feel really bad that I couldn't remember her name when I brought it up last week. Carla Pacheco is writing a brand new Wonder Woman, and it only got one issue put out before the whole virus thing took place. But what a great issue number 1. Check it out. Read issue number 1, Spider-Woman by Carla Pacheco. Great.
Spider-Woman, not Wonder Woman.
Spider-Woman by Carla Pacheco. Okay. Yeah. It's great.
Okay.
It's great.
Nice. So what are you watching TV-wise, Robo?
Ozark.
What are you into?
Ozark. Man. Sometimes I come across these shows and they're like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And then I'm looking, I'm like, 4 seasons. Like, where have I been for 4 years? So there's only 3 seasons, but that's how I feel for like Ozark. There's 3 seasons of Ozark, and I have no idea. I don't know if it's. Sometimes I think like marketing. Like if I had seen a trailer of this, I would have watched it.
That's the Jason Bateman director, right?
Yeah, the very first episode, in the very first 20 minutes, you're like, what the fuck just happened? Ozark. So badass. So badass.
Nice.
Think for anyone who wants to know what it's like, I would think Breaking Bad, but even darker, more serious.
It reminds me of, I don't know if either of you have seen it, it's a relatively new series, and it's got the guy that's in all the Tarantino movies. I'm not going to remember his name, but you'll know exactly who I'm referencing when you talk about it. He's a guy that stands up in the booth in Pulp Fiction. Tim Roth, is that his name?
Stands up on the booth?
Yeah. And he's in this series called Tin Star, which is amazing, and it's very similar to Ozark, so if that's your bag, you might like that as well.
Tin Star, all right.
Yeah, the other one that's directed by, the first episode's by Jason Bateman as well, is The Outsider, which I just finished watching recently, and that is spectacular. It's based on a Stephen King novel. So if you guys like that stuff, I would recommend that as well.
Cool, yeah.
It's a little bit more supernatural. What about you, Judah? What are you watching?
Well, it just finished. There were 2 new seasons this year that I watched. Curb Your Enthusiasm,
yes.
and which is, man, I can't stress enough how funny that show is, and the more you watch it, the funnier it gets.
Yeah.
And then
there are people who don't like it, but I don't think those people know
I
humor.
I always tell people there's a good chance you won't like it based on one episode, because it's funny knowing the characters is kind of what makes the moments funny. You know what I mean? So I usually tell people judge it after 3 episodes. But and then I also Better Call Saul. I'm addicted. I mean, they just had the finale and it was explosive. And
series or season?
Is season finale,
okay.
And then next season is going to be the series finale. But it's, I would say, as good as Breaking Bad, if not better in some ways.
I got some stuff here.
And then I've been watching the Fleischer Superman cartoon as well.
Ooh. I smell a segue. I don't know. I'm not even ready for that. Yeah, go ahead and talk. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that. For those that don't know what we're talking about, and because we didn't really get advertised, we've been like, I kind of put that out how much we've gotten done this week, as a way to announce what we've been doing, but also as a way to just provide some excuses for why we'll be very horribly prepared for today's live from the apocalypse. So
it's our birthday.
Yeah, it's our birthday, and we're drinking, so fuck it.
If you like, I can rattle off some headlines while you're doing your spiel.
Yeah, let me. We're gonna go ahead and put up.
So Glennis just said she loved the Superman watch party. Thank you, Glennis. Yeah, I did like a little mini Superman watch party on our Facebook group. I think it was earlier today, and thank you. I love that series. That is like, it really stands up. I would say it's better animation than you even see today. Like, it's so detailed.
So yeah, that was
Even though
actually the thing that we were talking about. We're gonna do a little bit of that, and we're gonna see if we're gonna do a little. What do we say? We said a little mystery science theater
Experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little mystery science theater.
So
Although the views held by us are not views held by Mystery Science Theater, there's no affiliation between us and Mystery Science Theater. And at this point forward, we're going to cease to use the words Mystery Science or Theater next to each other.
This is not Mystery Science Theater. We are going to put silhouettes of our heads down at the bottom in post production. Not Mystery Science Theater, though. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Now, here's what I will say live. I'm still on my little tiny shitty computer until my other computer gets fixed, so we'll see if my computer can handle Skype.
I could stream it. I think. Because I can screen share.
Well,
should I do that?
Let me see if I can get it. Because if you screen share, then you can't see us. I was going to still have to keep our faces down at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. Go ahead. Let's do some headlines.
Alright. So, nice, Judah. Did you guys hear about Tank Girl finding a new home with Goon creators Albatross Funny Books?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so that's still going. So the Australian Outlaws Tales, now the likes of such comics as The Goon, Hillbilly, and Grumble, which sound amazing. And they've been doing some really cool Tank Girl stuff. Brett Parson just did a run of The Goon with, so he works with Alan Martin on Tank Girl, and they approached Powell and said, like, hey, we're looking for another home for Tank Girl, would you be interested? And they were like, yep, fuck yeah, let's do it. So now they're part of that production team, which is pretty exciting. Hey, Michael posted this the other day, and it blew my mind. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Dolly Parton was the secret producer.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit?
That's pretty cool.
That is so nuts.
That was weird. I was like, wow, really? Interesting.
Yeah. Every time I hear, so is she Miley Cyrus's godmother? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is she?
Sure.
I think so.
We're gonna say, yeah. Breaking news. Dolly Parton is Miley Cyrus's godmother.
I mean, I could be pulling that out of my ass, but I'm sure that I've seen them together at events. And
she might as well be. She might as well be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she seems to be all about that, like, girl power kind of stuff, which I'm into. Heavy Metal Magazine has officially announced Virus, an ambitious new creator-owned comic book imprint slated to start releasing new titles as early as this Wednesday, April 29th. Are you excited for that, Judah?
Fuck yeah! And as soon as you mentioned that yesterday, I immediately was like, okay, how do I subscribe to this?
Yeah.
Heavy Metal Magazine has been around for decades. It's really. It's the weirdest shit you'll find in comic book form, truly.
Fuck yeah. Sounds amazing.
Every issue, it comes out seasonally now, so you have the fall issue, the summer issue, and each issue has between 10 and 15 one-shot, unconnected to any other lore stories by comic artists you've never heard of, writers you've never heard of. Sometimes it's people that you have, and you see some of the weirdest, most detailed, most beautiful art, and the weirdest stories, and you never know what you're gonna get. So, whenever someone tells me yeah, I don't really like Heavy Metal Magazine, I'm like, that's like saying you just don't like TV. You know what I mean? Because it's everything on it's different.
Yeah. That sounds so cool. Well, some of the launch titles include The Red, Nomobots, The Theater, and Garbage Factory, as well as Dottie's Inferno, an upcoming book by Bob Fingerman. Yeah, and 29th, which is this Wednesday. So what's cool is that Heavy Metal assures creators make a revolutionary 15% of their comic sticker price, whether they sell one book or 10,000, which is pretty fucking rad. So it's birthed by a viewpoint of the industry needing evolution, as well as being how do we serve the heavy metal fan base more with more stories and more content? This is what the Heavy Metal CEO Matt Medney told Sci-Fi. So they called it Virus because of what's going on at the moment.
They need to do something because I don't think a lot of people buy their magazine anymore. So I'm glad that they're trying to, I guess, become more culturally relevant or socially relevant and produce more. So that's pretty cool. On that, it sounds like they're doing a creator-owned image type venture, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping. It's weird, hey, because I was seeing on the news, this is kind of a sideways thing, but because people haven't been able to gamble, there's been a massive increase in like online gambling over the last 4 to 8 weeks. And I'm hoping that digital comics will be the same, where like people have sort of started signing for online subscriptions and stuff, but we'll have to wait, I guess, for that data to come out. That would be nice, though. So, actor Rob McClure casually revealed Colin Farrell's villainous turn as Oswald Cobblepot, or the Penguin, in The Batman, will involve prosthetics. What do you think about that?
Interesting. Okay.
Are you going to watch it?
I have to watch it, but and I hope it's good. Patton Oswalt is not a actor that I generally associate with any type of depth. I've seen him as like a comedy actor.
Oh,
and,
sorry.
That's not... Say what?
Colin Farrell is a penguin, is that what you mean?
Oh, did you say Patton Oswalt, or did I hear Patton Oswalt?
Oh, sorry, Oswald Cobblepot is the penguins.
Oh, okay, I'm stupid. Yeah, Colin Farrell, that's an interesting choice. It's not what I would have expected. I'll definitely see it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You said without the prosthetics?
So Rob McClure is this other actor that was like getting his prosthetics done for this other show, and he stumbled into the place where they're doing penguins, and he's like, "Wow, that looks really cool!" But then he went and told everyone about it. So that's how they know what's going on.
Awesome. What's going to be prosthetic? His nose, or
I'd assume so. Like if I'm thinking back to the Danny DeVito version, he had that massive, the beak. Yeah. So I guess we'll find out, but. Hey, Doctor Strange. Yeah. Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, Thor, Love and Thunder have been given new release dates. Thor, Love and Thunder is going to come a bit earlier, so that's pretty exciting.
Still in 2022.
Yeah. Too far?
Whatever.
Super
Too
sad
far
about
away,
that.
yeah.
my brain doesn't work that far.
Yeah, that's cool. So the New Mutants has been postponed. Wonder Woman is still coming out on August 14th. Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins is coming out October 23rd, and Black Widow is supposedly coming out November 6th. So you guys going to see all of those, you reckon?
I reckon we will.
Yeah?
I reckon we shall.
I don't... there isn't a superhero film or TV show that I'm not going to give a go. Like, you gotta watch them all. Bad or good.
Yeah.
I find it so bizarre when... like the comic books explained guy, I don't know his real name, but the comic books explained guy, he was talking about New Mutants, and he said something along the lines of, he goes, "Well, I won't be watching it. I'm just too emotionally invested into X-Men. I'm not watching that, but I'm sure it's gonna be great." And I'm like,
what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, like why wouldn't you? That doesn't make any sense. So you wouldn't, if you love it, you're gonna watch it. That way you can have valid critiques of it. Like what? Like.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's that, and you're also like feeding money to something that you want to support and see more of. It's the same reason that we all buy sometimes shitty comic books. Is like we love the industry and we want to see it succeed, even if that means every now and then we'll be getting some bullshit reads.
Right.
Right. Hey, guess what? Marvel Comics has confirmed that the company will continue its hiatus from new comic releases, with no new releases in print and digital for the week of April 27th, which is the 5th consecutive week that they haven't been releasing shit. So that's pretty terrifying.
Daunting, yeah.
Jeez.
I hope they recover. I hope everyone recovers.
This is crazy,
to add on the end of that too, they've got a Marvel Family Reading Sale which ends 11 p.m. So probably like, what is that, like an hour away or something?
What for who?
But you can, for Eastern time.
So 6, yeah, that's an hour away.
Yeah.
What's the sale?
So if you want to, 67% off all collections containing action-packed stories that readers of all ages will love. So I'm assuming ones
even in
that
print.
This is on digital.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So if you want to go buy some shit, they've got Marvel Action Avengers Volume 1. Marvel Adventures, The Avengers Volume 1, all that kind of good shit is there if you want stuff for your kids that the whole family can enjoy. They're having a massive sale. DC is also repurposing more of the new stories from its DC Giants print anthologies for new digital releases for the second week of its DC Digital First stuff. So they've got plenty of new stuff to read if you want to go check out some DC junk. The other thing that I just wanted to say before we start watching is you can read a bunch of manga on your Switch if you have one, with Inky Pen. So they've got titles such as Attack on Titan, Parasite, Battle Angel, Alita, Fairy Tail, and heaps more. Yep. So that's all on
Me and my
Switch
son
now.
are in the middle of watching Attack on Titan now, and I have a bad habit of, and this goes for movies that came from books too, since I read comics, but I don't really have the attention span for books without pictures. And so, and the same goes for anime. I'm going to watch the anime, but they're like, yeah, but have you read the manga for it? And I'm like, no, I haven't. So I should read it. I do have a Switch, so that's dope. Yeah.
Nice.
Ainsley, when you say that you want X Factor, do you want, like, each team is so incredibly different. Do you want Peter David X Factor? Do you want Louis Simonson X Factor? Which X Factor are you talking about?
You're gonna get that answer in about 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
Yeah.
We'll move on, but then I'll keep glancing. I'll address it.
I think we should all just sit here and stare at the camera for 40 seconds until she answers. Still waiting.
Wap, 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 wap.
Leigh Williams. Okay. All right. Fair.
All right. 22 seconds. 40 seconds was exaggeration. All right. We're gonna try this out here.
Awesome. Thank you to Robo, by the way. Robo, for anyone that doesn't know, does all our video setups, video editing.
Yeah, thank you. So most of the digital... Oh, there we go. We are pushing my screen. Most of everything else, like what are we going to talk about, and all the notes and the pictures that go with them, that's Rhi. And our comedic genius comes from our man Judah. And the brains behind the music, videos, the intros, you've got quite a brain on you, Judah.
Thank you.
do.
All right, so let's see here. Zoom to app applications. I don't know how this shit goes. What is this? Current application? ECam Live.
Okay. Yay for Robo, Glynis says. I agree, Glynis.
Thanks. All right,
Someone earlier said they were making fun of us ignoring Judah, and yeah, we totally didn't mean to do that, Judah. By the way, we've just had too many martinis. Oh, Judah sound. Where's your sound gone? I thought you were being legit.
Oh, yeah. Ro was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
He's like, oh shit.
You're a dick.
The meaning of life.
Like, my sound cuts out, but all my hand gestures make no fucking sense. Like,
You're so lucky that you're not on screen at the moment. I don't know if you're watching, but like Robo's got his. Yeah.
Okay. That was just.
It's going.
Nice. I can see it. It's going.
Have you guys ever seen this Fleischer Superman?
Nope.
It's great.
I'm gonna lower the.
I can't see it, by the way, so I can't necessarily comment on it.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So, is there a way while you're doing this you can also get on Skype and screen share so we can all be watching the same thing?
You can comment on things 20 seconds late. If I try to share my screen and push this, fuck it, why not? Fuck it, we'll do it live.
One of the planet's leading scientists, sensing the approach of doom, placed his infant son in a small rocket ship and sent it hurtling in the direction of the Earth just as Krypton exploded.
Maybe we should just Rolex Superman and...
No, fuck that. That's your idea. We're doing this shit. You want to do it or fucking doing it?
I know, but it's no fun if I just have to silently, like...
Hey, shut up. This is my favorite part. No, hold on. I'm gonna try to share my screen here with you guys. Choose background effect.
Krypton is now the Man of Steel, Superman.
Hey, ask how. Hey, people in the chats, is it coming in okay?
Has assumed the skies of Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper.
I can see what they see, and it's not. They're not.
Are they just seeing me messing with it?
They see me next to Rhi with a tiny U in the top corner.
Oh yeah.
Another note from the mad scientist.
Hold on. As soon as I screen share with you, I'm gonna go back to the full screen.
He plans to strike tonight.
That's not it. Turn off incoming video. Start recording audio. Okay.
Ray strikes tonight at 12.
How about this?
I can screen share if you want. And then, all right, no, that doesn't work.
Heed my warning. Beware, I strike at midnight. This nut may prove dangerous. Kent, you help Lois follow up her lead.
You said in the bottom left is a screen share button?
Yes, sir.
But Chief, I'd like
In the
to
bottom
crack
right,
the story
if you
on my own.
go to the bottom right, it looks like 2 squares overlapping.
Thanks,
And you
Chief.
hit that,
But Lois,
and you can select a thing.
Chief, don't you think that's a dangerous mission?
2 squares overlapping.
Do you see the message box with the heart?
Yeah.
The 2 squares overlapping? Yeah.
Well, I see the conversation, I see the heart, and I see the 3 dots.
So there's another one, and it says share screen. Maybe it's just me who sees it.
Read the unicorn.
That looks really good, by the way. That looks like a giant donut. Can you put that close?
Oh, there we go. Look at that. Share screen.
The hour has come.
That does look good. Did you make that?
No. I
You
just
could have
bought
just
it.
said.
I mean, yes,
said
I
yes.
slaved over it. Hmm? Yeah, I spent hours and hours and hours going to the shop and buying this. Oh, there we go. Get new looks.
Dun 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 dun. So the Max Fleischer Superman is like yep, it's playing on the thing, but I can't see it. But yeah. The Max Fleischer Superman is came out in like the 40s, and it's the first like not funny cartoon. Like there were cartoons before that. It was like there were humorous cartoons like Popeye and stuff, and it was kind of like a risky endeavor for them to do like a serious cartoon. So that's kind of what this was. But the like the animation is super good.
I mean, did they have to make the Vulture look like a little piece of shit with the scientists? Like, did he raise him to be a piece of shit? I don't understand.
I'm a reporter for the...
I like how this Vulture actually has like a certain degree of intelligence.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
and nobody addresses it, but that's
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah, like where do you? I wonder if there's a whole bunch of good vultures and he's just the shitty vulture.
Yeah, it's not even about intelligence. Like, this guy is happy to be an evil piece of shit.
I'll give you the greatest story of destruction
Yeah.
the world has ever known.
He's the.
Oh wow.
Look at that. Look at that little fucking shit.
The animation's amazing.
Yeah, it is really good. What actor does this guy look like? I would say Kevin Spacey. I'd say he's fucking Kevin Spacey. Look at him.
Yeah, I can see that. Justice Seedy.
Yeah.
Hey, did we see a car fall off right then?
Miss Lane.
I'm assuming you're 40 seconds ahead of me, but yes, that does happen.
Well, I'm sharing my screen with you guys now. You're not seeing it on Skype?
No, I'm not.
I'm 100% sharing screen on Skype.
I'm just watching it on here. I think Judah is
Yeah.
as well.
Yes, I am. This is where I'm at.
That, like, fucking thing that's beamed
This
looks
like a
so
job
phallic.
for Superman.
It's so phallic.
Hey, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Can you guys check your Skype to see if it works, and then we can all be seeing the same thing?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in Skype. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking at Skype. I'm not seeing the screen.
What the hell?
Fine.
Right now, he's changing into Superman, and none of it makes sense. If you look at the shadow, it's like, what's he take? Like, he pulls out his cape. He's wearing this entire fucking thing under his suit.
Wow.
What a hassle.
It's like those, I don't know if you ever watch RuPaul's Drag Race and they do those outfit transformations where it's like a short dress to a ball gown. Or like Dolores in the newest Westworld has one where she like unclips something and the cocktail dress becomes like a ball gown.
I've never seen that show in my life, but I've heard really, really good things.
Good. Go, Superman, go!
Hey, what are you guys seeing right now?
Pushing the building up.
Okay, yeah. You know what's funny is since you guys are watching it late, then you're talking about it 20 seconds later, which means it's gonna be like 40 seconds late on the comments.
Oh, jeez.
My Skype has me saying that it's that I'm sharing screens. I don't know why you guys don't see it. It sucks.
That's right.
Yeah. Like I was saying, do you think that maybe we should just cut this segment short and work out the technical details and maybe try it again another time?
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's all. I'll leave it up to you.
¿Por qué no?
We can do it on Facebook too, like Judah did before.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, we should let people finish this episode if they're watching it, because, I mean, like, come on, it's, like, right towards the end. I don't want... What if someone's emotionally invested in this laser beam shit? You know?
So I'm seeing them punch lasers right now. What's annoying to me
Yeah,
is that I just that I went to Skype, so now I'm pushing sharing screen on Skype and this, and you guys aren't seeing this. That's so weird.
No.
Who do you think should play Judah Superman that hasn't already?
Who do I think should play Superman that hasn't already?
Yeah.
Look at that white hot.
Yeah, I love that. I love how that looks, and I like how the metal looks when it's melting. It's fucking
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, like, I mean, this looks like better than animation that came out recently. You know what I mean?
This is so good. Like the coloring, the everything, the emotions and the expressions.
Yep.
Yeah. That, like, lava shit that pours out of the side of that thing when it bursts.
I think I'd like to see, like, similar to Logan, I'd like to see, like, an old Superman. I know that's not probably physically possible for him, but I'd like to see, like, I don't know, like Malcolm McDowell or, like, someone that's, like, old, white-haired, run-down Superman, put on a bit of weight.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Like wings, the wings on the side of white hair.
Yeah.
The gray wings. Yeah.
Yep.
I can see that. I think George Clooney would play a good old Superman. I know he's already played a really awful Batman, but I think he'd play a really cool old
Yeah, he
Superman.
could-
I tell you what, that'd be cool to see George Clooney play in like an alternate universe Batman, the one where his dad becomes Batman.
Flashpoint Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
All right.
I like how Superman has the jurisdiction to literally fly into the jail and throw this guy in a cell. and then he self-cucks by, like, he's sitting there like, yeah, it was a good thing Superman was there, and he's like, he asked Clark Kent.
Good job, bro.
Are you seeing my screen now?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Do you,
What if I streamed
Huh?
it? Like, what if I streamed it and screen shared?
well, yeah, I'm closing my Safari now, but I'm saying on Skype, do you guys only see each other?
Yeah.
Only each other and you, just like normal.
And you and me.
and you and me and me and me
That's
and
interesting.
you.
Because I'm about to select unshare screen. That's so weird.
That is weird. I'm about to try it out real quick. Hold on.
Start sharing. Maybe I never shared it. Yeah, looks like I never shared it. Okay. How dare I?
How dare it dial? Judah's got his concentration face on. Ooh, I see things.
So whenever he starts to screen share, then we'll make Judah big, and then I'm gonna go refill my drink.
Cool.
All right, is that working for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you start playing the video, make that big.
Make the video big.
Yeah, like make your screen on the video.
All right.
But let's not watch the same one. They saw that one already.
It's
doesn't
the
seem
next
to be-
one.
All right.
Coming through on YouTube though.
Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah, but I don't hear anything. You share screen. I don't sharing audio. I don't know if that's a thing.
There it is.
Can you guys hear that now?
Yeah, way quiet in the background. Yep.
This is as loud as it gets here. I'm gonna see if this can make this go. Yeah. Phew, I love this intro too. It's so good.
Yeah. Look at him Hulk jumping.
What a bulge!
Whoa.
Like they knew how to do a bulge back then. They knew how to do a bulge, and he's got those pecs and not too much of a six pack. It doesn't make me feel shitty, you know.
Yeah.
Those
Got full on dad bod.
those lats should make you feel shitty though. That's a cool.
They do make me
That's a
feel
good
shitty.
ass V right there. That's a V cut.
Yeah, that's a very good movie. Oh no!
What's
Oh, I
happening?
love this. What do you see this robot? Like this was high tech looking shit in the '60s, or really the '40s. We're talking the '40s here.
This is the shit. This is why boomers are so angry at life, because they were sold this is what 2020 is gonna look like.
Like they thought this
It's
was
so
the future.
true.
And we get
Where's
people
that
eating
fucking
Tide Pods.
cup?
Yeah.
Injecting Lysol.
Yeah. Shoving
Like,
UV lights up my ass
this
because
is
the president said so.
That's it.
Like, look how advanced this thing is.
Wow.
But it's like
It's so cute.
it's nowhere near as sleek as like what we would see in sci-fi now. Although it's probably closer to what like the U.S. military would design.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
functional.
This is actually a little
I can
too
definitely see
advanced
it.
for U.S. military.
Yeah. What I don't get is what's with the sparks on the head. Is like what's the explanation for that?
That's how
Is that
they
just-
communicate. That's like the radio.
see.
The radio is watching. Then when he turns off, they're gonna go away. Whoop, because he's not receiving comms
Oh,
anymore.
I see.
Yeah.
Mysterious mechanical monster loot bank.
I thought that said House of Jews.
50.
House of Jews exhibit
Hey, it
opens
was the
today. I'm like,
40s,
oh,
man.
that's cool.
It was the 40s.
It was okay back then. It was a different time.
Wow.
Ooh. Bling bling. Diamonds on my neck. Diamonds on my neck.
These are the shiniest jewels ever. Every single one glints.
Who disturbs my slumber?
Now remember, this is
Oh, yeah.
Superman. So whatever he's doing right now, what is wrong with her forehead? Oh, that's
I don't know.
cool.
In the 40s, that was the attractive
That was
forehead.
the look.
Forehead beauty standards
Yeah.
changed over the
They
years.
used to like put binds around infants' heads to make the top more bulbous.
Yeah.
And
It used to,
you know,
that used to be a very attractive forehead.
fucking patriarchal beauty standards.
Yeah.
Fun facts for everyone watching.
I'm
did a lot
glad
of
we finally
research.
gotten to a point where people have attainable forehead standards.
Yeah.
That they can.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you know what? We should have a drink where it was like, hey, drink every time you see a black person, and we're definitely gonna be sober by the end of the show.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
Yeah. So you know how you stop this thing? Put all the jewels upstairs.
No, but then he helicopter heads up, right?
Oh yeah, helicopter head.
That's fine.
Forgot about the helicopter head. He's got a lot of junk in the trunk, if you know what I'm saying. Now, this is one of the dumbest decisions Lois Lane has ever made.
She's gonna be crushed to death. She's easily
Yeah.
blood's gonna come pouring out the compartment once it closes. Yeah. Why does Clark Kent get to have a normal forehead?
Yeah.
Oh
what the
no!
heck?
What the hell? Oh, it's a commercial.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, so
Sorry.
check this out. I've never figured this out. You see it in Hulk. You see it now, and these soldiers, every soldier ever. I'm telling you, me and Aaron are military type guys, and I'm telling you right now, there's no effing way that if I'm shooting at something that's coming at me, and I've completely hit him with like 18,000 rounds and it's doing nothing. Why would 18,000 rounds more do something? I'm like, deuces, guys, I'm out.
Holy shit! His eyes.
Oh, his eyes. Wow.
Now she
There
has
she is.
cancer. Now she has cancer.
Lois, you dumb fucking.
That's what he's thinking. He's like,
It's all the-
this dumb bitch. What the fuck is she? God damn it.
Is this
So-
what 5G does to people?
Man can't pull that thing open.
He can't. He cannot. He can.
Press the interference button.
To pull that thing open. You've got to be kidding me.
Look, he's falling because he can't fly.
this animation is pretty ball.
17 states without power now.
Oh, let's
Hey,
fly home.
how pissed is this dude gonna be when that thing opens and only a reporter falls out and no jewels?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
What actor does he look like? He looks like
It looks like Salvador Dali.
Hey, he looks
you
like the
remember-
bad guy from that kids show where they all he had like a bunch of makeup on. Oh my god, dude. 50 Superman is
He
weak
looks
as
like
fuck.
the dad in Jumanji, but not the dad later in the movie. The dad of Robin Williams earlier in the movie.
Wait, does he also kind of look like the dad from Modern Family? Like the dad from Modern Family could
Oh,
play
yeah.
this dude.
Kind
Ty,
of.
whatever his name
He's
is.
somebody's dad. That's one thing I think we all
He's
agree
a
on.
dad, yeah.
He's definitely a dad.
I think one thing that they were good at back in the day is drawing people with ideologies. Like you could tell hands down this dude hates anyone not white. You can just tell. Just look at his face.
Yes. He's not even I have many black friends. He's like
No.
openly bigoted towards people that are not like him.
So check this out. So evil scientist creates 20 different robots to go steal Jules' banks. One of these robots comes back with a reporter, so he builds a contraption to dump her into lava. Like that's how mad he is.
But slowly.
Yeah, not even quickly. He's so mad. He's like,
So
I can't believe this.
What you don't understand is that he's had the lava thing this whole time. The jewels is to finance his lava hobby. It's a very expensive hobby.
It's all making sense now.
And-
Can't a guy just be into lava, you know?
I'm just so judgmental. I'm sorry. Okay, way more than 20 robots, and he's capable of turning them all on at the same time. They're able to be controlled autonomously. He can't stand them up in order, but he can also send them out to different banks across the United States, like only one at a time. This guy's very inefficient.
What the hell's with that?
Look at fire's hurting him. Spider-Man's been to the center of the sun, and flamethrowers hurt this guy.
This is the weakest iteration of Superman for sure.
He couldn't open the door on his back, and fire's like, ugh.
Oh yeah, now he's getting them. Let me tell you, man, I love these cartoons. I really, truly love these. Oh yeah, get them.
Hey, if anybody's out there still watching this, can you guys go to like Facebook and stuff and share and let them know we're having a watch party? Or actually, I don't know if any of us could do it too.
Yeah, I think this is good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to go refill my drink. I'm going to mute my mic, go refill my drink, and by the end of this, I'm going to be fucking wasted. So I'm going to be right back. I think you guys should all get drinks too, so I don't look like an idiot by myself.
Should we? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a drink that I'm refilling, so Judah, if you want to go, but we should make a drinking game for this cartoon.
Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, Rhi, is this a hot Superman?
Sure.
If you had to choose between getting with Mustachio and Superman here, which one do you find more physically attractive?
Oh,
I feel like
Superman.
Mustachio is going to hand out rights. Superman is probably just a standard mission, and that's it.
Oh, yeah,
It doesn't look like the fun
Good
kind of
point.
mustache ride. It looks like the prickly, painful kind of mustache ride, though.
You know, sometimes I forget to like make sure my
experience,
opinion
yeah.
gets all the way that way because I sometimes when it's like who's a super hot like pop star, and then I'm like, who's the one that broke up with the rapper who killed himself and dated the SNL Adriana Grande or
Yep.
whatever the fuck her
Ariana
name is.
Grande, yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is where
Ariana, yeah.
This is the self. I call it the self-cuck, but I'm gonna try not to do that because I know people hate that. But that's where Superman makes Clark Kent look like an asshole.
I love it.
But
do-
people say like,
go
oh, she sounds like she'd be like a fish in bed or something like that. So yeah, I would.
Doesn't she have that song where she's like, "You've got me walking side to side"?
Yeah,
And it's all about.
Ooh, this is a good one.
yeah.
This is a classic.
All right, so
Classic.
drink every time you see a weird forehead. Drink every time you see Superman being a little bitch.
Pound your entire bottle of liquor every time you see a black person.
Yeah, that's
Done.
it.
Watch the first person be, but unfortunately it'll be like a super insulting version, like, "Hey, a boss, that's a Superman." I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Fuck.
Do I still have to drink for that?
Do you reckon there are animators that used to work on this that like watch it back and they're like, oh,
No, I promise you, no, fuck that. Fuck boomers.
Yeah.
Look, here's what all these animators are doing. They're looking in like, those were the times. This is when animation was great. Didn't have to worry about all that PC bullshit.
that SJW horseshit.
You could just call a Jew and nobody got offended.
Get out of the house of Jews.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
I'm still mad they made me change House of Jews to House of Jewels.
Oh, I love it. What are you snacking on?
Hazelnut M&Ms.
Fuck yeah. Sounds great.
If
I'm
you're
just
gonna
eating this
chew,
cake.
you need to chew with the mic muted, my guy.
$1 billion in gold on route to mint.
All right, make sure at least one person's on saying funny stuff. I'm gonna go fill my drink.
I love how Judah, they always like advertise in the front page of the news when they're going to have these like really valuable things
Right,
out in
right.
the open for everyone.
bunch of gold being
Bunch
moved.
of gold. The biggest amount of gold in the
And
world.
they're gonna be defended by 30 of the exact same guy.
How long do you reckon these took to make? Because they're about 10 minutes apiece, right?
They hand drew these, Reed. This was
Wow.
incredibly labor intensive.
Wow. Just like Did you ever have a VHS that you wore out as a kid? Mine was Snow White, and that was all hand drawn. Did you wear any tapes out?
Debbie Does Dallas, baby. Just kidding.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah. By the way, what's up with these crooks? How come they all have the same 5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah. Did none of you have time to shave?
Yeah, like a bunch of the same redheaded white guy defending the jewels, and then the same 5 o'clock shadow dirtbags with bushy eyebrows robbing the jewels. Like,
Well, okay. See, here's the question back to you. If you had to pick between, say, like Lois Lane and Catwoman, who would you pick?
if I have to choose between what, banging one?
Yeah.
Definitely Lois Lane.
Lois Lane? Do you reckon she's
Yeah.
like Catholic schoolgirl?
No, it's that she's a reporter, so I think we'd have a lot to talk about.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, Judah. She's all about the
You know-
emotional connection.
Catwoman, it's like, okay, yeah, we have wild sex, but like, how many conversations are we gonna have about, oh, I stole this thing, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Plus, I'm gonna be constantly getting like, I'm gonna be insecure about it. She's constantly bumping uglies with Batman. Like, I don't want to be this side guy.
Yeah. If you could be any superhero, which one would you be?
Superman.
Woo! That was quick.
Yeah, I would have to go with Superman.
I mean, he's the most cheaply
he's the most
OP'd. Yeah, he's just OP. So
Yeah.
like, why not? Why not pick the guy
Very
who's
well-rounded.
Yeah,
That's fair.
he's well-rounded in
was
his
thinking about
OPness.
George, think about this though. Imagine if you were invincible, could travel at the speed of light, and could survive in the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
You'd be a
pretty
fool to
good.
actually go into space, because imagine how easy it would be to lose the Earth and never find it again.
Yeah, you don't have an internal GPS thing. Like, yeah, you'd be out there. Well, I've just been wandering around.
Yeah, like you could wander. You will never find Earth if you lose sight of Earth, unless you are a wizard at astrology, or excuse me, astronomy. Even then, you'd be hard pressed to actually
I
find
look
the Earth
into the
again.
sky like, well,
Yeah.
Virgo's in sight, and Capricorn's that way. Fuck, I'm
Yeah,
lost.
fucking
Like-
lost.
Okay, maybe go into space. Even in the solar system, you'd have a hard time finding Earth once it was out of sight.
Now here's the deal, though. You're forgetting just how OP Superman is. The minute you're lost, you just close your eyes and listen. And there's a writer
Oh,
out there.
God.
There's a
Oh,
writer
there we
out
go.
there who will let me hear where Earth is.
Yeah. What do you think? If aliens find us, what's the first sound they're going to hear? Is it just going to be like the Curb Your Enthusiasm memes, or like it's going to be like
So, to be less funny about it, I'm telling you right now, any alien that finds us, any alien that's able to traverse the amount of space it takes to get from the next one galaxy, just the next solar system over, I'm telling you right now, when Ainsley's out there talking about doing gardening, right? Pushing shovels in, using using the hoe and all that stuff, right? Do you know how many life forms she's probably destroying? Like
Look what
earthworms.
Superman. Hold on a second. Superman was. So I hate to cut you off, but he was unable to open the robot, but he just realigned the tracks
So that's
like
a
it was
trick.
spaghetti.
That's that's not being a bitch. Okay, that's not a drink. All I'm
Yeah.
saying is aliens that get here and are probably gonna mine our the resources or get the heat from the center of our Earth are just not gonna think twice about us. We're a bunch of monkeys in a forest and they want to build a complex. You know?
Yep,
Right.
I see that. They'll probably look at the dolphins and be like, "That's the intelligent species."
Yeah.
He just lifted this train, but he couldn't open the robot's back.
Dun, 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 dun.
And he did it so
Drink.
quickly that he was able to put the front down safely, then fly around to the back and put that down safely.
Yeah.
Ainsley says, "Wow, are you really garden shaming me?" Sorry, Ainsley.
I hope when you sleep at night, you hear the screams of the millions of ants you destroyed. The baby ants who will never see their mothers.
She puts a lot of effort into that hoeing.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard on your back, I heard.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know which super person I would be. Hey, I reckon I'd probably be Squirrel Girl.
Why?
Just for the lols.
Oh, okay. I think it'd be one of those kind of like decisions that you would regret like after 3 days when everyone's like flying around and shit. Like, oh, I thought this would be funny, but I'm surrounded by squirrel shit all day.
I regret it.
All these bad guys have the same. I was telling Rhi earlier. All these bad guys have the same 5 o'clock shadow. Like that's a bad guy face.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to the thing. It's why the military has a clean shaven deal. 1940s, 1950s, clean shaven was like that's clean cut. That's professional.
I love it. Oh. Bullets. Every time there's an explosion, I want you guys to take a drink.
Oh God.
Sam will be really fucked up.
Yeah. You know what's funny about drinking games that I've never understood, even since I was way younger than I am now? I'm still just drinking. Like I'm mad when I'm like, can I drink?
Oh
like,
yeah. Superman saves a bunch of fat cats on Wall Street a couple bucks.
Woo, man. What would happen if they did it? Yeah.
Public mystified.
$1 billion. Do you know what $1 billion is in 19 whatever the fuck this is?
Yeah.
In today's
that was
money.
like the U.S. GDP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I own a hemisphere of our planet with $1 billion in 19.
Absolutely.
What year is this? What am I doing? I'm just gonna say 19 whatever the fuck if I don't get what year this is.
In future comics, like in 40 years from now, are they gonna have like Bezos as a villain? And Bill Gates as a villain?
His name is Lex Luthor.
Oh, there you go.
Bill Gates Bill Gates is the guy spreading vaccines to all these idiots. Like he's the Batman. He's as close to Batman as we're gonna get.
See,
or Elon Musk. Elon Musk could be a Batman too, I guess.
Oh wow.
I mean, Elon Musk is doing a lot for technologies and space travel, but what is he doing to help human beings? Bill Gates is out there like in Africa making sure everyone gets vaccinated and medicine and like dude is a boss.
Elon Musk put all of his electric car patents into the public domain.
That's cool.
Elon Musk, yeah. Well, here's the thing. They're both super rich still. So if you can still do... I think they're doing the bare minimum philanthropy that they can do while still keeping their wealth. Because you don't have to be as rich as they are. That's just my personal opinion.
No. Yeah, but...
Good point.
But here's... Okay, so I'm going to be devil's advocate. So, disclaimer. Hashtag Bernie 2020, progressive left. Okay, got it. All right, let's get that out the way. However, sometimes I struggle with a little bit of the concepts of like, you know, when we look at Superman saving $1 billion. The other way, what a great bulge. The other thing is so if they don't get it, we see what Bill Gates is able to do with that kind of money. Do I trust the United States government or any government, right? Australian government, United States government, the UK government to do that on their behalf? Because that's the whole libertarian thing where, like, I'm not a libertarian at all. But one thing that they do say a lot is, where I'm like, kind of makes me go, you know, that's not a bad point, is we don't trust the billionaires to spend their money rightfully so. But we trust the government to when we say let's tax them for everything. Like, I don't know that they would do is as good.
It's an easy to defeat argument, though, because the question is then, well, maybe we should work towards a system where we can trust our government to do those things.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's all wishful thinking. In the we billionaires that are taxed appropriately and a government that spends the money appropriately. Tyrannosaurus.
Is this the Tyrannosaurus one? Yo, this is a good one.
Look, if this Tyrannosaurus fucking gets out and is suddenly evil because he's found himself in a new world that he doesn't know and he's afraid, and Superman has to beat the fuck out of this animal who just doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
This poor terrified creature.
Yeah, like, what the fuck's going on? Where am I? And he lashes out and he has to get his ass handed to him by it. Superman's a dick.
Agreed. Also, didn't they say that they have feathers? They found that out now, and they were mostly scavengers. They weren't actually hunters.
I mean,
sorry for everyone who loves T-Rexes.
I mean, they say that.
They're cool.
They say that, but I'm looking at a T-Rex right now, and there's no feathers on it. So
her eyes are so far apart. Like,
yeah.
So how all these people are drawn? I'm just gonna say really quick, and you guys can make the inference because I don't want to be too insensitive about it. But they're drawn a certain way that reminds me of a certain type of people. with disabilities.
Okay, yeah, I knew you were going there.
And I heard you in your brain. You were like, "Don't go there, don't go there, don't go there." No, but the giant.
When I talked about the eyes, yeah. Anyway, we got to move on from this. Anyway,
don't make it awkward.
Ainsley says, "Y'all, I'm tired as fuck. It's about bedtime for me." Glennis
Good night,
says,
Ainsley.
"That's so mean, Lex. Remember when Lex Luthor became president? He sold his company." Says Glennis.
oh yeah.
So,
Unlike certain other presidents.
So isn't that pretty crazy when fictional villains, actual villains, are a tad bit better than
a
your
less
current
villainous.
president. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, Ainsley.
Good night, Ains. Love you. Happy birthday.
shit.
All that jazz.
Oh wait, there's a danger level on keeping the ice on, so they knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
They knew that this guy would come to life.
Yeah. So check this out. If you have a thermometer saying that it has to be this cold, then that means you know there's a living creature inside that ice, and you're only keeping it that cold to keep it in there.
Yeah.
Everything about this thing, the hero is the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Or at least the innocent one.
That's
anyway.
actually what happens in this episode. Yeah.
He has no
takes
moment.
over from
How does he
Superman.
shoot?
Starts wearing a
This
cape.
T-Rex This T-Rex has been smoking meth for the last 20 years. Like, look at his fucking teeth.
He reminds me of that dude off of Tiger King,
Yeah.
who has a great set of teeth right now. By the way,
Oh, the husband. Yeah.
He's in terrible shape. Like, this is not a healthy. This isn't the Tyrannosaurus from Jurassic Park. This is like he's in bad shape. His teeth are all fucked up. Like, cut this guy a break. You know what I mean? This guy needs help.
and bullets don't affect them.
Yeah.
Who owned the license to Godzilla when this came out? Because they should have just went with
Toho,
that.
a Japanese company called Toho.
In the
Actually,
40s?
no, Godzilla didn't happen until 1954, so Godzilla didn't exist when this came out.
Wow.
So maybe
Is
they
this the
should have
inspiration
sold
for
Toho.
Godzilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. So America did come up with the idea. Nice.
Polly says that it's a dragon. But you know what? What's the difference?
Yeah.
Like a dragon is still a
on
creature,
his boot.
Reality.
and more. Shut up, you.
Hell yeah. This animation of him jumping around is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
I love the environments. I love all the deco buildings and shit they've got.
Yes. Help the people.
He went in one door and everybody went out the other one. Like he's a mess.
Yeah. That's symbolism. Heroes running in, while a bunch of sissy ass draft dodgers walk out.
Bone spurs, man. They've got bone spurs.
Bone
Beautiful
fucking
blue eyes.
spurs. Oh no! Don't fuck up the dam. Like he knows what he's doing. I'm just trying to get home, people.
I'm gonna buy the house right next to the dam that has like a full-fledged like ocean next to it.
Hey, check this out. Thousands of people are dead right now. Thousands.
Thousands of
there's-
people just died.
There's no way. And how do we stop them? Bullets didn't work. Let's use fire
people
hose
died.
water.
These people die.
Those are all dead. Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah. Superman. This is a tragic day. Like,
Yeah.
Superman is the fucking worst in these comic books. And look, they all just stayed right there. They're like, oh, thanks. All orderly and shit.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the most unbelievable part. Is people actually waiting in traffic?
Yeah.
oh wait, yeah, all these clowns sitting in the stadium like they don't hear the dinosaurs smashing around.
Dead.
Oh, you dumbass.
Get a
Lois,
picture,
you
there we go.
dumbass. You've really done it this time, Lois. Like, if crawling into the back of that robot wasn't enough.
I'm telling you, man, the 5G damaged your brain.
You tell that woman.
You better not hit it. You better not. Oh, you bitch.
He just
Animal
subdued it.
cruelty.
Okay, no, you're right. You're right.
You know what? This was okay.
This
This was okay.
a giant wild animal going through And he subdued it, put it down, wrapped his neck around. That's okay. This is
Non-lethal.
I thought it was gonna be worse, so I thought he was gonna be punching the shit out of it a bunch of times. And
Yeah. Like, goes back and smashes all its eggs while it's chained up, watching helplessly, and tears streaming down its face.
Picks it up by its neck, throws it around, and disappears into the sun. That'll teach you to thaw out in my era.
Do you want me to skip to the racist one or no?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Is
Or we can just watch it in order.
Racism?
It's pretty racist, but it's...
No, this is the era that people are talking about when we say "Make America Great Again." Let's get a little peek into the cartoons of when America was great.
You guys want to watch this one, or you want to skip to the Japators one?
This one. What is this one? This is the racist one?
No, this is not the racist one.
Oh, then yeah, the racist one.
The racist one is under my cursor.
Click it then.
All right, let's do it.
Double dare you.
All right, guys.
You won't.
All right, here we go.
Oh my god, he did it.
Do you use that mic when you're gaming, Robo? Like, do you lean in and talk to little bitches like, you won't?
No, I actually do have a headset with a mic, but I kind of do that. Nice. I'll put the mic all the way to my mouth and go, you little bitch. Log the fuck out before I find you. And it's to be real. I actually. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I actually suck way too bad to do any of that. Like, I'm the dude at the bottom of the rankings. Like, they're doing that to me. You fucking boomer ass bitch, get the fuck off this game.
Polly says Lois is a pretty terrible reporter.
Oh, she's bad.
Why do you think that, Polly? Why do you think that? Is it because of all the broadcasting of unsafe resources?
Because she becomes the story.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Or is she the best reporter, willing to put her life on the line to get the story?
Get the scoop. Gotta get the scoop. Look at that bulge. Oh my god, that bulge.
Are you gonna do this every time?
Drink to the bulge.
God damn it. That's super cock. Holy shit.
He has no nose. He has 2 dashes for a nose. This motherfucker's Voldemort.
Wouldn't it be amazing if he was like Alan Rickman in Dogma, where he just literally is like a Ken doll? Like, that's part of his...
The world's largest bombing plane. So check it out.
I have no penis. It's smooth
this is the Enola
as a
Gay.
Ken doll.
Like,
it's
Alan basically Rickman. Supposed to be like the Enola Gay going to bomb Nagasaki.
Wow. That looks like all out ads.
Look at that! Look at that! Nationalism is only bad when it's not in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, definitely a caricature here. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see his teeth.
It depends on the teeth.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's an Asian guy in comic books.
So far, I haven't seen anything like overwhelmingly offensive yet. But I seem to remember this one being very offensive.
My daughter. Celeste Robles, what's up?
What's up, Celeste?
What's up, Celeste? How you going?
These are these things that existed when we were kids called cartoons.
Ancient technology.
She's gonna be 20 this year, so can't call her a kid anymore, unfortunately. She's still a child to me.
Robo, you old.
I know. I'm old. She's the one who made me a granddad. Like, I'm a grandfather. Woo! Over here doing shows on comic books and cartoons.
You're leaving it for the future generations. It's an education.
That's right. That's right.
Man, that is a huge plane.
That
would never get off the
ground.
That
is. Look at the propellers. 6 propellers. Little tiny.
That's the size of a helicarrier.
Yeah. There's nothing written. That's Photoshop. Bullshit.
Calling it now. Bullshit.
Yeah. He showed him a red card.
So Polly says she just hangs around an easy story and then thinks up of clickbait headlines. Do a human story once in a while, Lois. Glynis says, has anyone read Lois's recent maxi series?
No.
I have not.
Did they do it?
Wow.
That's interesting.
It must be mighty chilly up there.
Why? What's going on? What happened? What'd I miss?
Nothing.
Oh. Bulges? That would be the other one, give you any. It's shrinkage!
So I'm guessing this thing's gonna get hijacked by the Japanese people, by members of the Japanese government.
Right. The Imperial Japanese.
Yeah.
There's no door on any plane. Oh, look at that!
This plane.
That is the helicarrier.
That's even cooler than a helicarrier.
That's
Wow.
amazing. Runway on the plane.
It's just out there shitting little tiny planes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's giving
a miracle.
It's giving birth.
Okay, there's the teeth.
Oh
There's
yeah,
the
caricature. Yep, caricature. Racist pieces
Yes,
of shit.
that is
That's
offensive.
it's not okay.
Big oof.
How many? Come on. What's
What are we up to
how many
now?
planes is that? That's not no.
Oh, and this gigantic plane can turn on a dime.
On a dime. So right now it's effectively hovering right there. By the way, if you take the physics into
Basically.
account, yeah.
So Glenna says Lois and Jimmy both got one. Jimmy's was by Matt Fraction and was hilarious. Well, now I want to read it, Glennis.
I'm sure it was good, and I trust your recommendation. But I gotta say, there's no character I'm less interested in than Jimmy Olsen.
Oh,
That's
Jimmy Olsen, the hidden gem.
Yeah.
That guy.
He's gonna make us a buck.
I want to know the fucking room, the boardroom. Did they go, okay, guys, all right. Hey, hey, Jim. Jim, you said you had something to pitch for us? Yeah. What do you guys think when you think money maker? What characters out there?
That's to me.
Is this another Batman pitch? No.
No.
Jimmy Olsen. Promote this motherfucker. Promote this
The
motherfucker
Marvel
right
equivalent
now.
would be like a Jarvis movie.
or a Jarvis TV show
Yeah.
called Pennyworth. What was that guy's name?
No, that was Alfred, not Jarvis.
No, I know, but I mean same difference,
Yeah,
right?
Pennyworth.
The butler guy.
I know. I made a joke on my Facebook. It was like, "What's next? The utility belt miniseries or what?"
Hey, I know you're joking about it, but I would seriously watch a series about Alfred. That
I
guy's got
absolutely
some
would too.
secrets. Yeah,
For real,
He's
yeah.
got some shit in the closet for sure.
I don't see what
Oh, man.
an
There we go.
Alfred story
Guys.
would be different than the what's the one with the Captain America's flame?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Agent Carter. That was good.
Yeah, and that was really good. And there was no one had superpowers. It was really good. So if they could do like an Alfred story like that, where it shows him like coming up and why the parents left, they trusted Alfred because he's a badass that can box and maybe even retcon his past a little bit. Maybe he was a part of the CIA.
Yep.
What?
If you keep talking about that, Marvel's gonna make it, says Polly.
Yeah.
The inside of this plane is not as big as it should be based on the outside of this plane.
No, it's pretty much a TARDIS. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a reverse TARDIS. Come with me.
Yeah.
It's smaller on the inside.
Oh, the door's locked. See, this is the dude that carried a train, and he's like, "Oh, this door, it's just too hard to open."
Ow!
Man, that's an American-made door right there.
And smashing the controls
no.
makes all the engines simultaneously stop.
Clearly. I don't know if you guys know this. We're in the Air Force, so we do. But if you punch the controls of a plane, the engines explode. That's why you never. Rule number 1 in basic training: don't punch the controls of an airplane.
You can't smash the controls.
No.
I can't tell you how many times I had to screw that up.
Yeah. There's another engine. Exploded.
What? Why is Judah doing push-ups? Smash the fucking controls again.
Oh my god, how many engines exploded? Like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Oh, boom. Oh yeah, this is the guy that was struggling to open that door. By the way.
Oh shit!
And so the physics of this, the pounds per square inch on that one little spot on the airplane, he would have punched right through it, and came out
Right
the
through
ass
it.
end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, isn't
Good
that
job.
convenient?
Yeah. Not one person on the reverse TARDIS in the way of the reverse TARDIS.
Japators. That's the second racist thing I've noticed.
Japators. Very interesting.
Oh, they're in the baby plane. Woo!
Oh, nice. She's like, yeah, this is nice, but I'd rather...
It? They tricked you.
I'd rather be playing console hockey with Superman, Clark. Just want you to know that.
Hey, so I almost died falling out of a giant airplane with the interior of a Cessna. Do you want to go fly around this plane in a fair? Fuck yeah, that's what the fuck I want.
I feel like it'll help my PTSD.
Well, that's like one of those things. That's one of those things where I'm sure that was Clark's idea, and she was like secretly like having a lot of anxiety about it, and he was like,
"This is really insensitive."
And she wanted to say no, but Clark gave her that look, and she goes, "Sure, hun." You know, because it's the 40s.
Like, now, Lois, don't get into hysterics.
Yeah.
It's just an amusement.
Period.
What is it? That time of month?
Fucking hell.
Up in the sky!
It's a bird! It's a plane! So check this out. He can't fly in this era, so what the fuck was he doing in the intro right there?
So, sometimes he flies, sometimes he doesn't.
I haven't seen him fly yet.
He flew up to the laser.
He jumped up to the laser.
Dakota says, genuine, real, fake doors.
Yes.
And Glenna says,
yes.
Bring back Agent Carter. So, yeah, we should. I agree.
That's a great Rick and Morty reference. Thank you. Dakota Poor is my new best friend. Judah, you've been demoted.
When is that? Is that back soon?
There's I got a notification that a new episode is on right now. I bought the season pass for all of this season, and
nice.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet though, because I'm not allowed to watch that without my son.
Judah, you didn't mention the bulge. What's wrong with you?
I was entranced. I was looking at his S logo, thinking to myself, "That is my favorite Superman S."
I tell you what, he has a pretty dope. He has a pretty dope pocket napkin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll look at it next time. It's pretty dope.
Oh, there's a dick. Look.
Oh, that's straight up a penis. Nope, that's it. I saw it.
That was definitely a dick.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think they put shit like that in comics back then just to out all the homosexuals. Like, oh, you saw it. You're going to the gulag.
Bullet car destroys police headquarters.
How inconvenient is a bullet car?
Yeah. Oh, there's the mile of eye width right here.
Yeah. There's Mrs. Forehead.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we call it Five Head?
Yeah.
Well, what's happening? This is like the lockdown all over again.
This is the bad guy threat portion.
So time out. What were they going for there?
Got rid of that hill. That looks like the same hill where that guy had that giant laser.
Yeah. So a bunch of people rush to the edge of this balcony. They look out. The camera pans out, zooms in the direction they're looking, but never shows us what they see. It zooms into the inside of a mountain. So am I left to believe that all these people came out and go, look at that hidden layer inside that mountain 17 miles away?
Yeah.
Transition. Oh, these guys all have mows. These coppos.
They all have what?
Moustaches.
Mows. It must be.
Oh, is there a different bad guy look? Oh, nope. All the same bad guy. Every team of people, whether it's good guys or bad guys, look exactly the same as each other.
But these aren't bad guys.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is whether they're good guys or bad guys, if they're all one thing, they all look the same way.
We gotta see. She said she saw some mows, as Australians might
what's up
put
with
it.
Lips Guy? Did you see that?
Ooh. Brain
Nice
silo.
red rocket. Yeah, these aren't phallic symbols at all.
Yeah.
Because these guys
Hey
literally
guys.
look like penises.
Hey guys,
into a giant penis.
get into the giant dick. We're gonna go fuck some shit up.
Yeah. Hey, put on your dick hat and get into this dick.
Hey Charlie, you didn't put your makeup on today. What's wrong with you?
That's not even subtle. It's got it looks like a dog's dick. Like the chapstick is out, you know?
Yep.
I mean, let's be fair. It does look like a bullet, also. So, but yeah, fuck it,
so.
dick. Yeah.
It's the dick, I mean bullet car.
Matter of fact, who invented the bullet? Guys clearly was obsessed with dicks.
Why do we have to wear these dick hats?
Shit. Maybe
Dude,
they've just
why
all got
would
weird
you
shaped
be
heads.
in it? Why would you be in the thing that's like propelling yourself through the sky?
Somehow this thing protects whoever's inside of it. It's unbreakable.
That is so inefficient. It only goes up to 100. Whatever thing that was. only
Hey,
goes
they
up to 100.
reused that shot.
This is a cocaine-fueled episode, without a doubt.
But it was legal back then, right?
I want to. Yeah, the days.
Yeah.
Now
Those are days.
that's what made America great again.
Legal coke.
Yeah, where they did real drugs like adults, cocaine.
That's it. My freedoms went taken away from me. When it says, I really want to know where it could have gone in a third season, is that Agent Carter I think they're talking about. I never watched all of it. I'll have to go back and watch
watched it, and I'm gonna tell you that was a really, really good show. I'm not even saying that just to say like I was actually.
It was great.
When I finally got around. I usually don't error making local recording. The operation could not be completed.
So those robots beat him senseless, but he just knocked that thing off course with a haymaker.
Grab that steel. Nice. Do you lift, bro?
Look, and see, this is what I'm talking about. Him pulling bar should have been the same as me pulling a piece of paper off the table. There should be zero effort in that.
Right.
Yeah. He gets tired.
Yeah, true.
He puts on his suit and it takes him like 3 hours under his other suit.
Can someone tell me how this bullet is, how this flying penis is providing any trajectory without wings?
Gets that light and it beams
Like it's.
and then it follows the beam.
Oh, okay, you're
Penis
right.
goes where the penis goes.
Yeah. Who knows the want of the penis?
Man, Lois has a banging body, man. I'll tell you that. They got that part.
Too bad her face
Clap
looks
it.
like a decaying octopus.
Yeah.
Shit.
Horrible. She's the original DC Comics Butterface for sure.
What a face.
Oh, I think she just smashed the controls. That means his engines are gonna explode. Idiot. She clearly was
Oh,
never
yeah.
in the Air Force. Oh, she's gonna chop it in half!
Oh shit.
Splash. Blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I want
that's a
these
good
guys
plan.
to take off their head things and their heads are that shape. That would be
What they
amazing.
need wings for, without the wings, they were doing like 180s in the sky. Like, we're just fine.
They were turning on a dime.
Oh, but now no wings. Oh, like, losing control.
Nice.
Hey, whatever that thing is made out of is less secure than the door in that plane in the last episode.
Oh yeah, who cares where this lands? Shan destroys bullet car, kills a family of 7.
17 cattle destroyed. 3 children.
All right, well, I think on that note, I think we're at I think over 2 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it back home here.
Oh man, I'm having
Nice.
fun. I could do this all day.
I know I could totally do this all day. We have some episodes left, so we can definitely revisit this show.
Yeah.
How do I get back to it? God, I'm such. Oh, I figured it out. Hold on. Minimize that, and then click here, and then maximize this, and then go back to stop sharing. And here, folks.
That was really fun.
That was lovely.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
What a
So
delight.
proud of.
do you guys want to take this over to Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch party on Face.
why not?
Nice.
All right, guys, we're going to bring this YouTube Live to a close. I hope you enjoyed the show. Glynis, Polly, Dakota, thanks for joining us and being active in the chat.
Actually, thank you to all our fucking awesome moderators always.
Yeah, always. This has been 1 year. So I was just talking about with Mylene and my son Ben. It seems like we just started this, like maybe in the fall. But I'm telling you, April of last year, we're at work, and Judy here texts me and says, "I want to tell you about something. Meet me in the motor pool, as we call it." And he pitches this idea. And we stand out there, and I'm like, let's make this a brand. Let's do something with this. And he's like, let's do it. And that was April of 2019. This is 1 year later, 8,000 followers on Facebook later, a YouTube channel where we're interviewing the likes of Rodney fucking Barnes and meeting people like Donnie Cates. This has been an amazing trip. And thank you for joining us.
That's only the first year. You've got so much ahead.
We are not going anywhere.
We couldn't have done it without you guys, really. It's
Honestly.
having enthusiastic people come join us and celebrate our fandom with us that really, it would mean nothing without all of you. So thanks a lot for the support.
Awesome.
It really means a lot.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
if you got nothing better to do, we're going to shut this down. Pay attention to our Facebook page because we're probably just going to go live again because I still have some drinking to do, and I was having a lot of fun. And so we're going to be on Facebook, going live in about 10 minutes.
Later, guys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.